getting to preview this stuff for the first time with you is very special. It feels very special. So now I feel like, okay, we could start rehearsal next week and do this thing.
And then move to the Majestic.
Just naturally. Let's just move to a big old theater. Yeah, I've been saying we're going to bring the chandelier back, but don't, that's just a secret between me and myself and I.
Totally. Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway World. The new musical Beaches, which is based on the beloved novel and iconic film, is coming to Broadway's Majestic Theater, opening on April 22nd. And we drop by So-and-So's to meet the company and bring you a sneak peek led by the show's two leading ladies, Jessica Vosk and Kelli Barrett.
Wish I could be like you. Oh. When you're on stage, you're just magnetic.
Stop, go on.
I save each rave review. Best friend and fan. Am I pathetic?
Had you worked together before?
Not before Beaches, no. I had done chess out at the Muni with Kelly's fabulous husband, Jared Spector, and Kelli came out to visit, and we really, we'd known each other, of course, because it's the business, but this was our first time getting to work together. So Calgary was very nice because it kind of took us out of our New York City element and put us in a spot where we had, private space to work and sit together outside of rehearsal and outside of the show and do, scene study work together, and it made it a lot jellier for us, I think.
Yeah, it was really special. We were the only two people from New York in Canada, and so we just sort of held on to each other, and we also know the job is for us to build this chemistry, and it's got to happen off stage so that you can feel it on stage. And we did. We had a lot of late nights getting to know each other, working on the piece, talking through the script, rehearsing each other, which was really fun because we really trust each other's taste in that way. So yeah, I think we got close, and it's only going to make the show that much better.
Every moment that they weren't on the stage, they were together, doing, and they found love for each other in a beautiful way, and I think that comes across in the show and in the songs and in everything they do.
Yeah. According to Jess and Kelli, every night after rehearsal, they would go sit in one of their hotel rooms, go over their lines, and I think Jess had her dog with her, but Kelli didn't have her dog.
Fred.
And so, Fred, yes. And so they would sit with Fred, and they would rehearse the show, and they just became the deepest of friends over the course of 4 weeks.
It will be you and I. Wish I could be like you.
You went to Iris. You always thought Beaches would make a beautiful musical, didn't you?
I did. I went to her, and I was doing some Broadway shows, and somebody said to me, "What would you want to turn into a musical?" I said, "Beaches." I said, it's supposed to be a musical. She wrote it like it was a musical, and what I found so quickly in working with her is she just has a gift of laughter, and laughter through tears, and also just capturing what a real relationship is, which is everything. Laughter, tears, everything, all of those emotions. And I thought, this is what, I really want to put this out into the world.
This has to be a full circle moment for both of you, but for you, now it's a Broadway musical.
Yes, well, yes, the story that I was pregnant in 1985 when the book came out, and all of my friends were at the book party, and all of those friends have carried me through this life. And I've always thought, my very close friend said to me once, we were in our 30s, she said, when one of us dies, I hope it's me first, because I couldn't live in a world that doesn't have you in it. And I thought, wow, I have to write about that. And that was the story I told.
God, did I hit the ceiling? I lost my stupid head, so confused about what I was feeling. How I've missed you. Come and hug me are the words I should have said.
People are ready for the sad, right? Everyone's like, bring your tissues. We all know that, right? Yeah. But I think it's going to be really surprising how joyful, that we can remind audiences that friendships are the most important thing in the world, relationships with others, right? So the way that we get to show that throughout these 2.5 hours is
intense joy. There's so much laughter. There's so many emotions throughout it. So I think people are going to be, really surprised by that. I think everyone kind of thinks beaches, right? Like Jess and Kelli, they've got these gorgeous songs, but then also we come out and honey, they are working, they are dancing. Lonnie and Matt have made beautiful space to storytell through dance within this, and Mike's music just asks for it, so we're giving it.
You can actually listen to Iris narrates an audiobook, and that's how I got into the novel, and I found that it was just filled with so much description of these characters, and it was a wonderful experience really to hear her, even in her intonations, how she felt these words should be spoken, and then the musical sings, because we have the amazing Mike Stoller, who's written these amazing songs, and he's a legend.
I mean, an iconic novel, an iconic movie with an iconic Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member. I just kind of marvel at what is about to happen at the Majestic Theater.
I said, will you do this with me? And he said, I'm in with one foot. So I said, how do I get the other foot? He said, you send me some lyrics. So I sent him lyrics, and then I came home one day, about a week later, and my husband said, Mike Stoller called, and I said, he's going to say he can't do it. And I called him. He said, why did you only send me 3 songs? So he said, send me more. And then I knew that this was going to happen.
I've got a message for all my sisters. I'm singing right to you. If you have to follow me. Okay? Okay.
I enjoy working with Iris because she is such a wonderful lyric writer. I have worked with 2 lyric writers basically in my life, Jerry Lieber and Iris. They're very different, but they're both so talented.
I look around every day and I think, am I dreaming? Is this possible? Is this true? And it is. You're here, so that makes it true.
The stage is its own medium. So we don't need to put a movie on the stage, and we don't need to put a book on the stage. We need to find our new way. And I think that's what happened here. They took an incredible piece of source material. They're still honoring stuff from the film that people love and giving those little Easter eggs, but it is an entirely new creation made for the stage and for the audience that gets to see it that day. So I'm really excited for this incarnation and what it will be and how it will stand on its own 2 feet.
Timing is everything, right? And I think we're supposed to be here now at this time in the world and coming to in this season, and it just feels right because I think more than ever the world needs a musical about friendship.
As I said, I met Matt when he had bangs, which is a long time ago, but it's 20 years. We're celebrating our 20-year friendship, and that was my assistant and my associate, and now my co-director. And not to embarrass him, but he's the son I always wish I had. If I had one, I wish it would be Matt.
I mean, when I watch the show, I think about friends that have like Lonnie for a long time, and it gives you just a deep appreciation for not only how they have changed your life, but how they have carried you through your life. Your friends aren't just there to make jokes with, and it's in your hardest times that they're the ones that pick you up. And the show really, for me, it gives me even more gratitude for the friends that I have.